Hello everyone and welcome to episode 58 of the TEW 2020 New Japan Pro Wrestling series here on the channel, as it is Dominion. And what a card we have lined up for this Dominion show as our main event: Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Satoru Shino for the heavyweight title. That Intercontinental title match, that could honestly be the main event. Even that Kenta Bryan Danielson match, but as far as Kazuchika Okada, Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental title, of course, the former leader of Chaos versus the current leader of Chaos. But the IWGP United States title matchup, Kenta versus Bryan Danielson. I just realized I just had the Intercontinental and didn't put title match there, so let's just go ahead and add that. Perfect. We also have Astronauts taking on Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito for the IWGP Tag Team title. Junior Heavyweight title matchup, the Lucha Brothers colliding as Rey Fenix puts his belt on the line against his brother Pentagon Jr. New Japan Strong Openweight title matchup, Sanada versus Kota Ibushi. We're going to have our only non-title matchup to make this a 9-match card. AJ Styles and Roderick Strong versus Pac and Eddie Kingston. That should be a fun little matchup. Another Openweight title matchup as Walter, has taken on Jay White in a junior tag team 2v2 matchup as John Silver and Black Taurus of Dark Order taking on Top Flight and Daniel Makabe and Jonathan Gresham. Big time matchup here for so many. That Okada Nakamura match is crazy. Tanahashi and Ashino's crazy. I'm super excited to see how everything plays out. Of course, we're building up to the G1 is right around the corner, and we're already at the halfway point of 2023. Pretty crazy. Feel like we just started with 2023. Feel like we were just at Wrestle Kingdom the other day, and now we're already here at Dominion. This is a big time show. A lot of big names that are not on this card. Brody Lee not on it is pretty interesting because he's probably been on a couple of Dominion cards in the past. As far as he's probably the biggest name that I'm looking at and seeing that he's not there. Shingo's not on it. That's another interesting one that missed out on it. But seeing Nakamura and Bryan Danielson on the card, and you're seeing kind of the influx of some of the newer guys like Walter. Oh, Zack Sabre Jr. not being on the card is crazy. But he is on the Road to show, both him and Brody Lee, which we will head to right now, because let's waste no more time here. I know it's going to be a short episode, but we might as well and waste no time here. So we have 4 matches pre-booked already. We have a backstage incident as well. Ishii passing on microphone work to Tomoya Harada. So to figure out what's going to be the main event is going to be the interesting part of this. As, we will not be running Kanto, I know that much. We'll be running, see if we can run Nagoya Congress Center. Oh, actually, the Toyoshi General Gymnasium. Perfect. I really want to run the Osaka Dome for Dominion. We'll see if that will be reasonable or not. Hopefully it will be. Because we have... So this is a tag. This is a 6-man. Don't think that's going to be the main. Neither is that. But there's some really good matches. This Tanahashi Shibata matchup against Satoru Shino and Joe Doring. This is the first time as far as they've faced off against each other where they're not a part of Task Force Death, but rather Chaos. And Tanahashi is going to be Joe Doring, leading up into the title match with Shino there. Oh, that could have been real bad about had the road agent just be Tanahashi. We've been in the same predicament. This is also a pretty good matchup, though, with Blastoff against LIJ. Basically, the two, the New Japan Strong Openweight title matchup and the tag team title matchup coming together as one match. 6-man tag. Kota Ibushi getting the win over Tetsuya Naito. That's a huge win. Yeah, Naito is super pissed about that. We will keep him strong. There we go. That could honestly be the main, for being honest. Yeah, let's just kind of see what it'd be like. In United Empire vs. Dark Order, 6-man tag. Zack Sabre Jr., Dan Makabe and Jonathan Gresham against Brody Lee, Black Taurus, and John Silver. Zack Sabre Jr. is going to get the win over John Silver there. Walter and Josh Alexander against Jay White and Miro. Miro beating Josh Alexander 18 minutes. So now really we just need a steal the show matchup, which we'll probably have Top Flight be on the card. Do them in the Velocities? Don't hate that. I know it's probably, as far as... Oh, yeah, that's right. We have to go with his fucking Angel Dorado name. Well, we haven't had this match wow, yeah, since 2021. Yeah, that works. That works for me. We'll give the win to Darius, because he could use a win, to be honest. In the Tactical Masterclass matchup, it's weird. I think really for us, it comes down to, Kaji Damana is unimportant. So I say that could be a good shout. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Give Pentagon Jr. a singles matchup. While I'm thinking about it, let's see here. Be a good guy for him to beat. Don't mind Ishimori losing to Pentagon Jr. I know this is now a crazy opener compared to the match that follows it. Pentagon Jr., though, getting a big win. We need him to at least get something, because I know, obviously, he's getting this title shot because Rey Fenix has chosen him, but he still needs to look like he's an actual threat for the belt to make it at least look like something possibly could happen there with a title change. And, that's the Road to show. It's a 64 for the opener. Pentagon Jr. and Taiji Shimori, only a point difference there. That is not bad at all. Another 64, Top Flight against the Velocities. About the same ratings there as Dante Martin was the best guy. Jude London a little bit better than them, and Darius Martin with a 60, and then 56 or 58 rather for Paris de Silva. As just the tag team specialist bonus helped out the Velocities there, but that's a decent little matchup. Obviously, this has been a long time coming, so it's nice to see that they're now at the point where we can actually have this match. It's Miro getting them with the Bullplex over Josh Alexander. As Falter and Jay White, of course, colliding at the Dominion show. And 82 for this 6-man. I figured it'd be pretty good with Makabe and Zack Sabre Jr. Did not think Makabe would outperform Zack Sabre Jr., though. That is nuts. Yeah, Black Taurus and John Silver a little bit on the lower level compared to everybody else in this matchup, which makes sense. And 81 for Tanahashi and Shibata against Shotaro Ashino and Joe Doring. High fly flow from Tanahashi on Joe Doring. Best guy in the match, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Big win. Big win there. Then our main event, wow, it's actually was not good at all. Takuya Nomura with a 65 really brought that down. As Kota Ibushi pinning Tetsuya Naito with the last ride style Tiger Driver, which he did outperform Tetsuya Naito. But Hiromu and Ibushi would be obviously very fire of a matchup. I honestly don't think we've done that as like a big time program. Off the top of my head, I'm just trying to think, I don't even think we've done this like at a cup or anything, like a New Japan Cup or a G1. Probably did a match as like a G1 matchup though, back when we only did the 2 blocks. But I don't know if we'll stick with the 4-block setup that we did the last G1. I know it helped out as far as for our roster size, but I don't know if it helps out as far as for kind of doing future title matches. But I don't know. I think it gave a lot of guys a great opportunity to get better too at the same time. So there is that. So we'll probably stick with it. But yeah, on to Dominion we go. Alrighty, as Dominion, they got us at Kawasaki, so I don't really like that. But yeah, we ran the Osaka Joe Hall here last time, which, yeah, we're going to sell out the Dome. Makes sense. We don't need to be running Osaka Joe Hall. We could run a big-ass venue like this. But, as far as Yuji Nagata passing on tips and microphone work to the Great Okan. The Milano Collection AT passing on microphone work to Yasutaka Yano. So yeah, that main event, of course, Hiromu beating Kazuchika Okada to retain the heavyweight title, and Nakamura beating Bryan Danielson to retain his Intercontinental title. Yeah, there's Brody Lee in the U.S. title matchup. Kenta and Joe Doring winning the IWGP Tag Team titles over the Astronauts, so maybe the Astronauts, they might get that win and finally kind of steer clear of all that nonsense, but you never know. We also had Juice beating Jay White, and then Golden Ace and the Young Bucks as well in a junior tag team matchup with the Lucha Brothers and Ryuli and Flamita. That was last year's. The year before that was in '84 with Kenta and Kota Ibushi. Okada and Naito for the U.S. title. Yeah, and Brody Lee winning the Never Openweight title. So yeah, Brody Lee's he's 3-0 at Dominion, and now not even on the main card. Tough break there. But obviously, we want to go with the main event first: Tanahashi versus Ishino. Ishino getting the win. It'll be his second defense. 32-minute matchup. Should be a banger. This is now the third singles matchup, and every time Ishino has beaten him, and he's going to do it here again as well. It's crazy to think they had a match already in March. Just in '84. Hopefully, we have a good little match there with Tanahashi there with Ishino. But poor Tanahashi losing the main event. And then for Okada and Nakamura. What a banger. And Kazuchika Okada, the new Intercontinental Champion. I know I kind of said during like the during the beginning of the series, just like, Okada's not really, he'll probably only be in the main event, heavyweight title scene. And of course now then he's been the U.S. champ. He was just obviously the heavyweight champion previously, and felt like this was the perfect time to have this Nakamura Okada match. The first time that's happened in the save as a singles matchup, and to have Okada beat him, I think it's pretty awesome. That's a banger though, for sure. Absolute banger. And now for the match before that, Kenta and Bryan Danielson. I love this match. Not sure how well it's going to do, but we're going to give him a good bit of time, 31 minutes, and Danielson's going to win. Be his, his third defense, I believe? Oh my god, sixth defense. So yeah, he's got the most defenses in the save. Now for that U.S. title, he has been tremendous, though. And he's been the champ since October, so it's not like he's really been the champion for that long. He's basically defended it just about every month, except for February and March, but then to jump up into April and May, and of course you see there, nothing but blue for Bryan Danielson matches for that U.S. title. So that's just been a fantastic reign. And that should be blue as well, that matchup with Kenta. Astronauts versus Hiromu and Naito. I really was like, yeah, this is it. We're going to give Astronauts the belt here. But Takeru Nomura, I don't know what it is. I just feel like he's not hitting that level that he once was. And him and Abe are just not really clicking. I don't think the way Hiromu and Naito are. Like, Hiromu and Naito are going to clear them, no problem. I feel like they could keep the belts here. They've been the champs since, obviously, Wrestle Kingdom. So they're at the halfway point of their reign. And, yeah, I feel like, even though we've had a couple of longish reigns already, maybe not the Tankman and Hobbs reign, since that was only September to January, but they had 4 defenses, though. 4 successful defenses. Maybe, potentially, this team could go on to break the Chaotic Pitbull's record of the 7 defenses. You never know, but that should still be a pretty good little matchup. Going to give them 26 minutes in that one. Pentagon Jr., Ray Fenix, here as just a regular 22-minute matchup here. Ray Fenix beating Pentagon Jr., though. First time we've done this, though, in the save, singles match-wise. Don't think they've ever faced off against each other in the Best of Super Juniors or anything. So that's exciting. First time matchup. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, Ray Fenix has been tremendous for us, but Pentagon Jr. with a big opportunity. Faces brother. Hopefully they have great chemistry as well. Then Sonata and Kota Ibushi for the New Japan Strong Openweight title. So Kota Ibushi's going to retain. He's been tremendous as champion. We're going to keep that belt on him. And, another defense. That's his third defense? I think that's... Yeah, third defense. Right now he's tied for second for the most defenses with Jay White. He's one more defense. He ties Zack Sabre Jr.'s record. Nice. And then the non-title matchup. AJ Styles, Roderick Strong versus Pac and Kingston. As Kingston's going to beat Roderick Strong. Big win for Task Force Death there. And it's not bad at all. Walter versus Jay White, as Jay White's going to get the win in 14 minutes, but afterwards, lights out, spooky video, and then from the stage appearing 3 men in masks. They reveal themselves, and it's Tyler Black, Malachi Black, and El Kukui. Hit the ring, and they attack Jay White, and this is the debut of House of Black. So the idea at first, obviously we've been waiting on the Tyler Black signing for a long time, obviously, with the him getting released because he was taking steroids. And now that that's blown over, we can finally bring him in. But right when we brought him in, so did Tommy End's contract ended with WWE, and it was just like, well, the original plan was to have Tyler Black have a stable called the Fallen, just basically my homage to the Age of the Fall. But now that both him and Malachi Black are together, House of Black, like we got to, even though there's a lot of houses, stables that we have, like we got House of Torture, we got House of Enochiism, now we got House of Black. But yeah, El Kukui, this is a big opportunity for him. This is, I'm not sure exactly what we'll eventually call him, because we won't call him El Kukui yet. This is just kind of his big reveal to the New Japan audience. Now, obviously, if they've been watching Strong or anything, but to the Japanese native audience that, for the actual product that happens in Japan, this is his big reveal. And this is a big opportunity for him, though. I mean, he's getting to work with some talented guys. Hopefully, as far as I know, Tyler Black's popularity is pretty... Yeah, it's not that great in Japan, and I think it's the same thing for Tommy End as well. This is a little bit better. So right now, it's kind of an interesting perspective where obviously their U.S. rating is and popularity is way better than their Japan rating is. So we kind of have to get a hold of that. But yeah, House of Black, pretty fun, As we'll have it be based on star quality for these two while I'm thinking about it. And I guess we could go El Kukui too with the new look. That probably won't go well, but you never know. Yeah, we gotta just put this at the end. Do the Falter matchup with Jay White, and a technical masterclass matchup as Daniel Makabe and Jonathan Gresham retain yet again those junior tag team titles. So there's only one title being changed, and that being the Intercontinental title matchup. So not a whole lot of title changes happening, as that's their fourth defense. Rather, that is the most in the save. But besides the Ray Fenix and Pentagon Jr. defenses, which that's obviously 6. So there's still got a ways to go for that one, but very good match though. I think this should be a fun little match. I'm not sure how Top Flight are going to do. This is a one fall to a finish matchup. This is an elimination matchup as well. Just wanted to clarify that. And it looks like we had to change some booking analysis around Taichi Murahama. Given a little too much. And he doesn't have the main, but we will have that be Red Shoes, though, instead of Robert King. We'll have that be Marty Asami there. Then Kenta and Danielson. There's Taichi Murahama. We'll have that be Davey. There we go. We could go with some post-show press conference stuff. PC. We'll have Okada and Nakamura having basically Nakamura interrupting Okada's press conference and kind of putting him over, saying this guy's been the man since I've left, and to be able to face him here on the big stage like this, it's a really big honor for him. And sure, he lost the Intercontinental title, but he's got bigger things on the horizon. He's eyeing the G1. He hasn't won that since 2011. He's kind of talking about how there's fans of New Japan that haven't even seen him win a G1, and that's something that's motivating him. And there's fans that have not seen him as the heavyweight champion. So that's his goal, as far as getting his goals out there to the audience. We'll go with Bryan Danielson post-show press conference. I don't know what keeps on disconnecting from my computer. I'm sure you guys are hearing that through the because I don't have anything plugged in like a headset or anything. But it keeps on doing a little oh, there's been a disconnection, but nothing has been disconnected. I haven't gotten a notification or anything. It's really driving me nuts. It's Bryan Danielson talking about how he's the best in the world, claiming he's the best in the world, but he gets interrupted as well by Zack Sabre Jr. As Zack is just kind of telling him, you better hope we're not in the same block, because I'm going to prove to the entire world that I'm the best technical wrestler in the world, and I'm better than you. And we'll have one for Ashino as well. Actually, we'll go with post-show press conference. We'll go with House of Black. Oh, no, I just keep House of Black, kind of. Because it won't go well anyways. Yeah, we'll just stick with Ishino. Nice. After a successful defense. I was excited, as far as he's won a G1 in the past. And he is ready to prove to everybody that he could win it as the champion as well. Because as far as won it last year, and he's looking to repeat. Which I'm trying to think. Because Ibushi was the last that's actually the last repeat. But obviously that hasn't happened in this save because obviously we stopped that from happening in 2020. I'm trying to think, it's so Tenzan in 2003, 2004. So yeah, that's what he's going to be the first guy in almost 20 years to go back to back. That's his goal. So just kind of talking about goals really with that post show press conference. Yeah, we probably won't do a pre-show or anything like that. Guess we could, but we're already here. I already got the show lined up. I'm liking what I'm seeing. A 73 for the opener, as Daniel Makabe and Jonathan Gresham retain the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. Their fourth defense. They got two more to tie Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix, if that is the case. Makabe locked there, and clearly the better team. Figured Top Flight would struggle because of the technical masterclass matchup, but at least Silver and Black Taurus did pretty well there, but obviously it's just carried for the most part by the junior tag champs. 76 though for Jay White and Walter. Jay White with the Blade Runner in 1426. Fun little matchup, just obviously not at that same level as kind of everything else that's going to be a singles title match. Got the crowd buzzing though. House of Black debuted. Absolutely sucked. I'm surprised the star quality hurt them there, so that was interesting. But yeah, House of Black making their debut, attacking Jay White. 91 though for this tag match. Didn't see that happening. Eddie Kingston pinning Roderick Strong with the sliding D. The better team, Task Force Death there with Pac and Kingston, but AJ and Roddy, still a very good little team there, and it's a nice win for Kingston and Pac, that's for sure. And 89 for Sonata and Kota Ibushi. It's Kota Ibushi with the Phoenix Splash, and that's his third defense of the New Japan Strong Openweight title. He has been just simply fantastic. 76 though for Pentagon Jr. Ray Phoenix. Interesting. That didn't really go as well as I hoped. I was hoping for some great chemistry as well. Not happening either. Let's move on. But Ray Phoenix with the Meteor. That's his sixth defense of the junior title. 92 though for the tag team title matchup. Yeah, again, see, 90 and 96 for Naito and Hiromu. They're just such a phenomenal team that it's hard. I know that could have really helped elevate Abe and Takuya Nomura to get a big win there on that Dominion show. But I just couldn't do it. Couldn't pull the trigger. 94 though for Kenta and Bryan Danielson. Kenta did outperform him. That would have been an interesting win for Kenta. But Bryan Danielson getting the win in 31 minutes with cattle mutilation. What a match though. Would love to see this again in 2022. Well, it's probably not going to happen in 2022. So 2023 in real life. Because they haven't wrestled in a long while. I think that last singles match was definitely the Ring of Honor one. Because I don't think they wrestled in WWE, because I think they just kind of missed each other. As far as, because he was in NXT, Kenta was when Bryan was on top, and then once Bryan kind of retired, Kenta was, on 205 Live. He still was never, a part of the main roster. And the 99, though, yeah. You figured it was going to be a pretty fucking great. Good luck topping that. As Kazuchika Okada with a Rainmaker in 33-53. Okada with his first Intercontinental title win. Big win there. Shinsuke Nakamura falling on the sword. He was off his game too. Okada was. He still outperformed Nakamura in a 96, which that's a hell of a follow-up. And a solid match too. 91 and 90. Tanahashi did outperform him. That's crazy that he's still doing, he's in the 90s still. And he's got it. I mean, he'd be, 25 years into the business at that point? Probably, because I think they debuted 99, yeah, so just close to that. Yeah, he's up there. He'd be over 45 though for sure. What a win for Ishino, and what a match. But the post-show press conference did really well too. So the Okadas and Nakamura's, and Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. just did well as well. That was nice to see. Nice to see there. Yeah, really the only thing that sucked was House of Black, that debut. But yeah, I mean the title matches. just about all of them, but the junior stuff and the Never Boy title was all light blues. That's what we were hoping for. Yeah, I mean, really, realistically speaking, that top four, that could have been a main event of this Dominion show, honestly. Like, that was all justifiably, like, a main event anywhere in the world. I'm very happy with that card. That was quite fantastic. We will give some love to Kenta and Tanahashi, though, for outperforming their opponents. They did phenomenal. Phenomenal stuff. That will do it for this episode. No, it was very, very short. But obviously, doing the quick turnaround from the Best Super Juniors to Dominion, there's not a whole lot of time there. And also wanting to obviously have some time for the guys to recover and kind of get some rest before the G1, which is 2 weeks away. Just like that. Unbelievable. The G1 is right around the corner. A lot of big-time matches to be had there. I don't know what the blocks are looking like, but we will go back to the 4-block style again. So I think it was a pretty interesting idea to give like a lot of people a lot more opportunities, which I think it helped out in the long run. Our roster's getting bigger and bigger as well, and it just seems like that's the plan. I will say though, I will do the send off. Thank you all for watching. You can, as far as if you're just here for the TEW stuff and the New Japan stuff, you could click out of this. But if you're just a fan of what I do on the channel as far as anything that's not TEW, not even pro wrestling, boy, you got some big things coming your way. As we're gonna have like a little trailer video, and then that's Sunday, which will be. Let me look at the exact date. So I think it's like the 13th. Yes, it is the 13th. There will be new series dropping on the channel, and I will say, I'm not gonna say what it is, but it's a game that is probably the biggest sports management game in the world, even though the release from the previous game to this year's game has been not so well received, because not a whole lot has changed from each release, but it's been something I've been wanting to do on the channel literally since the start, since 2016, and I finally have built up the courage, and I think it's time. It's time, even though the mass reception from its fan base has been, this title release is terrible, and you should just stick with the previous release. I'm still gonna do it because I think it's gonna be fun to finally get into that content of YouTube, and I think that should be a lot of fun to do. It's a nice little change of pace to what we've been doing on the channel as well, and that's exciting. Hopefully it's a success, because I think the connection between like the TW world and this world is pretty close. And I think it's obviously a bigger kind of umbrella as well for like being able to reach some more masses, because I think obviously with like TW is a very niche thing, but this is somewhat of a niche thing, but it's on a much bigger platform. So hopefully that goes well. Super excited to see how it turns out, how if it's well received or not. Fingers crossed it does, and we'll hope to and we'll see you guys next time for the G1, and then for the next video on the channel, of course, will be the New Year Giant series for All Japan. We're in the year 1996 over there. Can't believe it, as we're just 4 years away. Well, actually, be 5 years if you count actual go through 1996, but just 5 years away from getting to the year 2000. We'll be 8 years into the save. That is nuts. Thank you all for the support. Thank you all for the love. I know a couple of you guys commented that the just the new setup from the move, I sound better, which is great. I didn't really change a whole lot. I did tune a couple of things here and there because I know it's going to be a lot more quiet, which is nice. It's nice to have some peace and quiet when I'm trying to record, but and that should obviously go well for all the recordings and whatnot. But yeah, we'll catch you guys. And now that we have the new mouse as well, that's one last thing to be hearing about. So that should be exciting. Thank you all again, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.